welcome to Grip Lock, Foundation Disc Golf's weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Trevor and Konner. We are back from a 3-day, 4-state road trip. It was electric. We're going to tell you a little bit about that, go over some of the match play, some Trevor's trivia. I have a funny story from the fishing store. Disc Golf Ironman tournaments. What's up with those? Am I right? And wrapping it up with a new challenge that I'm taking on. And we'll ask Trevor how he's doing with his challenge. But first,
a lot of challenges.
A word from our sponsors. Konner.
Yes.
Cue dramatic music. Perfect. Gentlemen, all men strive for gold in their life, right? Gold medals, gold watches, gold everything. Is this Trinidad James? However, there is a certain type of man who goes the extra mile. He walks with confidence of an eagle and giggles in the face of danger. He's a big, hairless, winning machine, and when he unzips his pants, he sees platinum.
What is going on?
That's right. Manscaped would like to introduce you to the best and biggest ultimate hygiene bundle yet, the Platinum Package 4.0.
There's a platinum package
Manscaped
now.
is a leader in below-the-waist grooming. Now trust them with the whole shebang. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GRIPLOCK. I know what you're wondering. What's this Platinum Package 4.0? Let me tell you about it.
I'm actually wondering.
Their brand new Platinum Package 4.0 is the biggest bundle they've ever offered and gives you a bulk discount on Manscaped's top products. The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 is the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. They designed this package to allow you to fully align your entire hygiene routine with elite products. Inside it, you'll find a Lawnmower 4.0, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Ultra Premium Body Wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, Ultra Premium deodorant, Crop Preserver anti-chafing ball deodorant, Crop Reviver ball spray toner, anti-chafing boxer, and the Shed travel bag to hold it all while you're traveling.
Dang.
Now, obviously, we've talked about the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. They both feature proprietary and advanced, I almost said anti, that's not the right word, advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and holes. And both are waterproof, so you can shave with less mess. The shampoo and conditioner and body wash is what I still use day to day. Absolutely love it. As well as the deodorant.
I'm running out as well.
When we were on a road trip, I saw Konner was still rocking that deodorant. The aluminum-free ultra premium deodorant for that cologne quality scent on the go. And finally, their Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner can solve all kinds of problems for you. So don't forget to get 20% off and free shipping with the code GRIPLOCKED over at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com using the code GRIPLOCKED. It's time to enjoy the finer things in life and get yourself a platinum package for your platinum package. All right, so on Wednesday through Friday of last week, we were out of town. We did a 3-day, 4-state road trip. It was absolutely electric.
I've never sweat so much in my life.
It killed me. I was so exhausted when I got back. We left here Wednesday morning and went to Knoxville, Tennessee, did a battle in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then we drove down to Georgia, and woke up the next morning, Thursday morning, did a battle in Georgia, then drove across to South Carolina, and did a battle in South Carolina, and then drove up to North Carolina, and then slept there, and then woke up, did a battle in North Carolina, and then drove home.
And everywhere went, it was like the Mojave Desert. It was so hot.
North Cove wasn't that bad.
Oh, you're right. North Cove was
Our final day was nice. Our second day, Thursday, I think both courses were on the face of the sun.
Well,
the first course,
we keep forgetting the first round wasn't bad at all.
The first round wasn't bad. The second round...
It was the second round.
Okay, so let me tell you the courses we played. In Knoxville, we played the Claytons. We're not going to tell you how any of these battles went.
I would actually say, first battle and third battle were the ones that were like very, very hot.
Yeah, Knoxville was the battle. That was our first battle. That's what's going to be coming out tomorrow. When you're listening to this podcast, it'll come out tomorrow, Tuesday. Next week, we'll have the North Cove battle from Marion come out, and then in July, we'll have the Georgia and South Carolina battle come out. But we played the Claytons in Knoxville. Pretty entertaining course. Very fun.
The Claytons was good.
Solid.
Yeah, it seemed really
mix.
good.
I think it had 8 holes in the woods, and then went straight to the open the rest of it. Some solid OB on the back open holes.
The only thing,
and a very fun finishing hole.
Yeah, the only thing about it is that like the par was super soft.
The par was soft. There was a lot of tweeners, but it was a good time.
And if you're playing unless you're playing in a tournament, the tweeners don't really matter.
No, they're just fun.
They're just fun.
It's easy to get a lot of birdies out there.
And we won't say who won, but it was a really close match.
Yeah,
so
pretty much all of them were. Realistically.
Yeah, actually, all of them were pretty close.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole time. You never knew who was winning.
No.
Like, during the match.
Mainly because we just don't tell anyone the scores. Then the second round.
He's making a joke.
Actually, we can't cover the second round yet because in between Knoxville and Georgia is when we stopped at the place that y'all had those burgers, which I'm not going to, I'll let y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to a place called in Hendersonville.
Never Blue.
Called Never Blue. It was a tapas place.
What does that mean?
It's like appetizers. Basically.
That's what they serve.
okay,
So
okay.
everything on the first half of the menu was that. So it's like you would have ordered it for the table.
Gotcha.
But it also had some like entrees, and they had one burger. It was called the Chef's Burger.
Only burger on the menu.
And it was like a house ground ribeye. That was the burger, was comprised of that, and then it had a bacon jam and this house-made herb aioli, and then it had pickles, some like spring mix on top, and it was
What was it? It had one more thing on it. I feel like that was pretty important.
Cheese.
the bun.
It did have cheddar cheese on it,
Oh,
and the
everything.
bun wasn't everything bagel bun.
I didn't have it. I had fish tacos.
Not like a bagel, but
They
like
were
everything
good.
bagel seasoning.
I took a couple bites of it and proclaimed, and I still stand with it, that it was the best cheeseburger I ever had in my life.
I can't deny it either.
It was incredible.
It was so good. It was an incredible burger.
It was just special.
Trevor and I both just got the exact same thing.
And then we went to Sweet Frog after.
Oh,
and
that was
special.
incredible.
That was special.
Also,
That was so
always,
good.
always special.
And so then, but the next course we played was W.R. Jackson. Just as good as I remember, possibly better than I remember.
That was fun.
Absolutely amazing course. And then from there, we went to Langley Pond. I can't tell you much about Langley Pond.
Langley Pond
I don't remember. I don't remember.
It was like a fever dream. The whole round was like a fever dream.
I 100% had heat exhaustion.
Looking back at Langley Pond, it is a good course. If it was in this area, we would play it a lot because there was quite a few cool holes involving elevation or water.
Yeah.
The wooded holes were definitely pretty boring.
I remember at one point saying, this just feels like East Clayton.
The wooded holes felt like East Clayton, but
Couldn't
like I
tell you
said,
why
yeah.
it felt like
they
that.
it's because it's the pine straw and like
Yeah,
the
it did
clean
kinda feel like
I
that.
fairways.
remember
You're
holes
right.
1 and 2, and I remember holes 18. I remember 17 I parked, right?
Yeah, and
I remember 17 and 18. And I remember one of the
there was the water carry that was the
I remember the one that Calvin
off the
apparently
tee.
parked that was like
There
straight
was
down.
the forehand one. There was that one. There was the first one we threw.
What
where
on
we
earth
both
was the
threw our
forehand one? Oh, the one.
The one that the guy.
the
other
okay.
guy got, yeah.
Okay, I could remember it. I think if I looked
There-
at pictures, I
it
think.
was
It
I,
felt like the course in Disc Golf Valley where you're playing like near the lake the whole time.
yeah, but the problem was it was
a good course. We were-
so
we
hot.
were dead.
We'd played W.R. Jackson that morning, and then we went and played Langley Pond that afternoon. And Langley Pond was a lot in the sun, and I mean, I was exhausted. I was dead.
We hit
We
a
went
wall.
and got pizza after, and that was great.
Pizza was very well. I got a calzone.
Yeah, actually, I was the only one that got pizza.
I had tried the pizza.
I threw
It was
down a
good.
whole large pizza by myself, and it was
It's
incredible.
impressive.
It was
I'm
solid.
proud of you.
Oh, speaking of, I had Papa O's pizza.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
First time.
Was it good?
It's pretty solid. It's different. Here's what I'll tell you. I liked it. I thought it was good pizza, but it is different than any of the other slices I've had around here.
All right, then the final, we'll definitely try it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about pizza too much. We get a little too much banter. If you like us talking about food, check out the Bogey Bro banter.
Or
comes
anything
back
else.
to
It
that a
comes
lot.
back to that a lot. And then the final course we played was in Marion, North Carolina at this place called North Cove Leisure Club. We've had time to let it settle. I sent out a tweet and I said, I got to let it settle, but North Cove might be the best disc golf property on the face of the earth. Or that I've ever played is how I said it, because I've never played some of the places in Europe and stuff. Yeah. And Trevor, I'll let you talk about the course first.
Okay.
It has your mind changed on it?
No. So we obviously we have a pretty good scale for things because we've played Eagles Crossing, which a lot of big time if you have a guy like Scott Stokely or any other pro that claimed this who has played practically every course under the sun and is going to tell you that Eagles Crossing is the best out there, then that means we should have a pretty good scale for opinion, at least in our own opinion. It is obviously subjective, but we have seen the best of the best. We've played Winthrop Golds, we've played really good courses, or historic ones too. The property is flawless. It's on what used to be a golf course. And they have it manicured still beautifully. It's gorgeous. You're in the mountains. But aside from that, I think it is, in my opinion, it is my favorite disc golf course. That course we played was my favorite course I've ever played. It was just, every hole was fun. It was my kind of style of disc golf, a little more open drives, but with protected greens. And it's very fun disc golf because you're watching the disc fly even when you're throwing bad shots. So and I think it's the best disc golf property out there. I think it's better than Eagles Crossing. And I say that mostly because I think Eagles Crossing has better course design on maybe 70% of the holes, like
better man-made features.
Yes, and some
Just
because they have the water.
What about the safari animals?
Like the walls? I was talking about like the walls.
Well, they've got like
what about that
walls.
trigger plate that makes the alarm go off?
Yeah,
guys.
I would say Eagles Crossing. It might be kind of it might kind of get a lot out of the water. Like if you take away the water of that course, then what do we think about it? Which it's not to say like water doesn't count for anything, but I think the Eagles Crossing has some better disc golf holes, but overall, like there's some bad ones at Eagles Crossing, and every hole, I didn't think there was any awful ones at this course. And in my opinion, like if I had to choose to just teleport to a course and play it again, like I'm gonna pick that one over Eagles Crossing.
Here's what I'll say.
Like people need to realize we're not just saying we're not crapping on Eagles Crossing. We're
No.
saying Eagles Crossing is an amazing course. This is how highly we think of it.
No, yeah, and I'm not even. And when I say my favorite course, I'm not even judging like if I were to host a pro tour, which course would I pick? I'm saying which course have I enjoyed playing the most in my life, and that's it right now.
That's what I was gonna say. The Eagles Crossing, I think, is a better course of the two for tour level golf. If you brought the top players in the world, we didn't get to play. We're going to definitely go back to North Cove. We only played boulders. Well, they have 3 courses there. They have River Run, which is more of a pitch and putt. We got to play a few holes of that after with some of the families that came out to watch. And then boulders is the one we played. And then they have, what's the other one called?
The Gorge.
The Gorge. Then they have the Gorge. The Gorge is apparently the more championship level course. We didn't get to play that one. So we're basing this on boulders. Boulders is the course. And boulders, if you brought the Pro Tour to, it would get shredded to a certain extent. It doesn't have, you'd have to add a lot of OB to it and change the course up.
Hard, but yeah, it
There's also apparently one
short.
called Duvy that's like temp layout there as well. We also didn't get to see that. So this isn't to say that North Cove couldn't hold a Pro Tour, but the boulders course couldn't in its current state. Whereas Eagles Crossing in its current state could. I think the difference to me, because what I'm trying to do as well is in my head, I'm trying to think of I walk onto the course as just someone who's not there to film, not going to get any, because like North Cove, we didn't have to pay. They were extremely gracious hosts. We didn't have to pay for anything. I'm removing that from my opinion of the course, because obviously if you walk in and the course is handing you canned Gatorades and telling you don't have to pay, you're going to like the course a little bit more before you even step foot on the property. So I'm removing all of that. I'm trying to think, I'm walking into Eagles Crossing and I got to pay $25, or I'm walking into North Cove and I got to pay $10. Which one am I walking out of there happier with?
Or 15 to play 2
or
rounds.
Or 15 to play all. You can play all 3 courses.
Or 3 if you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play
$15 you have an all day pass
which
at North Cove.
Really good.
At Eagles Crossing, I do think $25 got you. You can play again.
35.
Was it 35 to play a second time?
Either way, you're paying more. And that course.
What am I walking away happier with? As just a normal disc golfer, an average player, I'm having way more fun at North Cove. It's not even close. Mainly because Eagles Crossing is just a very demanding course. It is a tour level course. And like Trevor was saying, the property itself and the views of the property itself, they're not even on the same scale.
There's some things that disc golf courses, well, you can control to an extent, but you can't once the course is in, and that's just the natural terrain and the surroundings. And this North Cove course being set in the mountains, it was just like, the views were incredible compared to Eagles Crossing, which is a beautiful property, but surrounding it is just, you're just in the middle of nowhere.
There were multiple times where I was like standing on the tee or at a green or whatever. And I also think that was another thing is North Cove was very creative with their greens and how they protected them.
Yeah.
To where like they would even at times, it had to be intentional. If it was just by chance, great job. You lucked out, but it had to be intentional where like the easiest shot to get to the green would be protected by something on the green. So like there would be like a dune that came up right of the basket. So the wide open, easy hyzer, you could throw it, but now you're going to have to sail it a little bit and it makes it a more risky shot to where like they were very strategic to where there wasn't a single hole that I would say that hole I wish they would change. Mm-hmm. At Eagles Crossing, I think I could think of 1 or 2 that I would wish were slightly different or like somewhat forgettable holes. North Cove, it didn't really have it. But again, So personally, I think that now after sitting here, after thinking through it all weekend, I'm ready to say Boulders at North Cove was my favorite course I've ever played. The most fun I've ever had playing disc golf was at that course. But I don't think it's the best course in the world if you're looking at it from like a pro tour standard.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ready for that type of thing.
But that being said,
could the Gorge or something be?
We might just play the Gorge and then
maybe. Well, we're definitely going to go back this fall most likely and play all 3 courses, spend like 2 days there and get a bunch of videos out of it. But yeah, I'm ready to put my stamp of approval on that thing. That thing, I mean, if you're ever near Marion, if you live in Charlotte, I think it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours out, something like that. There is a bed and breakfast at the base of the property as well.
Yeah.
You can stay there, or we stayed like 20 minutes away at Holiday Inn Express.
I would declare it like if you're nearby or if you're just looking to make like a disc golf trip, like a guy's trip or whatever, like that's where you should go because you can stay right there at the base of the property and you can play 3 awesome courses for a pretty affordable rate.
And since it's in the mountains, I'm sure there's some cheap Airbnbs as well.
Yeah. And there's also
I think
that was another
spot.
thing too, is there was more to do around
There was a lot closer stuff.
the North Cove.
Yeah.
At Eagles Crossing, you're about 25 minutes out from a small town, and that small town was a small town. It had like a KFC, I think, or Wendy's where we stopped. It had like a gas station. There's probably a hotel to stay there. But Marion, there was a lot of like mountain resort type stuff around. So like there's a lake nearby. It seemed like we didn't see any of this, but there were signs to it. There was a lake nearby. We passed by a water park. You're just in the mountains. So there's like hikes to do, stuff like that. There's a lot more to do around it. So if you were making a disc golf specific trip and you're just like, we want to go one place, just park ourselves there for 2-3 days.
Not to mention there's 3 courses.
It's tough to beat. It's tough to beat North Cove, I think.
That alone is a huge draw. It's that there's 3 courses on the property.
Yeah. Yeah. So there it is. That's the battle. Definitely. That's actually why we're pushing the North Cove one up. We originally were going to go Knoxville, Georgia, and then South Carolina, North Carolina in July. But after playing North Cove, we want that video to come out sooner rather than later. Just because we believe, I think that course deserves a lot more hype than it's getting. It's where the home of college nationals is. And I don't hear enough people talking about it.
Yeah, not enough people are talking about it.
I don't know why. Like, a lot of people have talked about a lot of other courses, and I've played a lot of those courses, and like, as a normal disc golfer, you're going to have way more fun and way, like, you're just going to have a way better time at North Cove than a lot of these other places.
That is the funny thing is, like, we've had courses hyped up so many times, and we go there, and like, even if the course is incredible, you can't help but feel slightly let down. And this is the first time that nobody had really hyped this course up. So I was thinking, like, I saw the pictures. I was like, this is going to be cool. I knew it was going to be cool. So I was kind of hyping it up to myself. But we hadn't heard anything, and it just blew me out of the water. Like, I was like, why isn't anybody talking about this place?
There was a nice, one thing I also liked is there was water features because there was a nice wide riverbed that ran through.
Yeah.
So it presented danger. A lot of times you're throwing to or having to throw across, but there wasn't a lot of danger of losing discs. So there was water features and there was things you had to think about.
And there's some really thick ivy that you.
But you could easily, you could lose it there. But I'm saying, like, as far as in the riverbed, like, you could get down in there.
Yeah, you're not losing a disc in there.
So yeah, I'm very excited for this battle.
I mean, I threw
I
Trevor's rock in the middle of the creek twice. So.
Yeah, I think you'll see what we're talking about once this comes out.
If you want a sneak preview, you can look on our socials. The clip of Hunter throwing that sick drive that's on like all of our socials right now. That was on
hole 17.
Yes, that's at the course. So that's a little sneak preview. There's a lot of cool shots like that.
Very, very gorgeous course. So yeah, that's the battle, or that's the road trip we went on. Hopefully you enjoy all the Bogey Bro battles that come of it. There's also going to be a vlog posted on our Patreon. If you're not a Heiser Club member, highly recommend joining there. There's a lot of other reasons too, but specifically the little behind the scenes of our whole road trip is going to be posted there. So if you want a little more content, it's going to be pretty entertaining. But something else that went down this week, a little less of a big deal than our little road trip thing, was this, what was it even called? Match play? I don't even know. Matchbox cars. Matchbox cars had a Pro Tour drop. No. Match play event went down in Colorado. We were wrong last week. It wasn't on the golf course. This is a new place. Last year was in the Steel Club in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
This year was in Bailey, Colorado. It was on a disc golf course. Looked like a pretty cool piece of property. The format we talked about last week, it ended up being okay. Let's just talk the results at the end.
It would have been fine if it weren't for the thing we didn't realize about the format.
Yeah, so the results in the end, we had Owen Scoggins and Joel Freeman both taking home $10,000. it was the same as last year. 10 grand. Second place took home 5 grand. I believe pretty much everyone who showed up got paid. The final 4 for the men were Gannon Burr, James Conrad, Kevin Jones, and Joel Freeman. And the women was Lisa Fakis, Natalie Ryan, Ella Hansen, and Owen Scoggins. And then you had Ella versus Owen and Kevin Jones versus Joel. And yeah, Joel and Owen took it down, took it home. But the biggest storyline that came out of this, obviously, first off, last week we picked like Alexis Mandahano and stuff. Mm-hmm. Mandahano's sisters didn't show up, so not really a storyline. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
They weren't in the pools at all.
Yeah.
So more people dropped out after we had our episode last week.
Well, yeah, that other
Calvin dropped too.
Yeah.
So it became, I'm gonna be fully transparent. I didn't care this weekend. I really wanted to. I wanted to. And I knew I had talked about it on a Monday. I could keep up with it on UDisc, but especially there was a major going on in golf.
Yeah.
And it just made it, it was very hard for me to care about this weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot, other than Simon getting robbed, which we'll talk about here in a second. I didn't see a lot of like other people talking about it on social media, which usually helps get me into it. Like I'll go on Twitter and I'll see some other accounts like going back and forth about stuff.
The Simon
I'm like,
situation
man, what am I
is
missing?
what I saw basically.
But other than the Simon situation, I didn't really see much on social media. It seems like I wasn't the only person that was like having a hard time getting into this event. And it was for me, it was solely because like when I turned it on, I was watching, there were just so many people missing. Was literally it. Like the format I think would have played well, did play well overall, barring the obvious flaw. I think the format, like the pool play and stuff like that, I think that it was a decent idea. Like I think it would have all went well had the top 5 in each division showed up.
Yeah, I
think that was a big thing.
All the no-shows, and because like when you run an event, like there's certain things that are going to get me to care about it as a viewer, right? Like one of them is going to be the prestige of the event. Well, this event is, I guess, technically brand new, if anything, 2 years old, I guess, if you just consider. So there's not really any prestige. Then you have the talent. Well, we're missing most of the top players, so we're missing that. Okay, third, a huge prize. Then I'll still care because the players are playing for a huge prize. Wow, somebody's make.
I didn't see the prize promoted anywhere.
Well, because it wasn't that. I guess it wasn't that big of a
but
deal.
But like even when they said about
10K is not small.
No, that's what I'm saying. Disc golf 10K is still a big deal.
Yeah.
Only way I found it was on UDisc. It said first place 10K, second place 5K.
It does.
But like it was weird to me that the Pro Tour wasn't posting about that more.
It does surprise me a little bit, and I think this speaks to those because like you think about the top guys that weren't there for like just think about the MPO division at least. It speaks to how much money they're able to make these days because like back in the day, even not that long ago, before like the $1 million
like 5 years
contracts,
ago.
yeah, if you talk about 10K at an event, it doesn't matter if it's a little out of the way, they're going. Like if they've got a chance to win 10,000, that could be a fourth of what they make all year long. Like that could be huge. So it does speak a little bit to disc golf, and like I guess the Pro Tour is probably realizing like, well, I guess 10K is not enough to get these guys out of bed anymore. I think when something like this happens, they're not going to just like, this is the second year in a row. Last year they had some bigger names at the match play. I think there was only like 2 or 3 drops last year. Eagle was obviously there. I remember that specifically. But after what happened this year, and they were hurt as well because Ricky's recovering and Eagle's injured. So maybe they would have had those 2 guys. But I assume there will be fixes next year. Either they fit it in the schedule better with the location, or they up the prize money.
I think the location's a big one.
If they want this to happen again, like if they want to keep doing it. If not, then they're going to put in another Silver Series or whatever it might be, and they'll just not do a match play championship. But it seems like they want to do it, and I like match play a lot, and we'll see match play at the President's Cup. Assuming they keep the same format as they have previously, we'll see some match play there. So I'm looking forward to getting kind of a good match play fix there because like President's Cup, right? So that's the perfect example of like you're gonna have some like a lot of the better talent will be there, and then B, there's prestige behind that match play event, right? Because you're playing for your country and also or your continent, I guess I should say, and also it's been around a ways. So I think that's like the difference between those 2 events and like how much people will care and whatnot. I don't know.
That is kind of weird in the President's Cup. It's like USA versus Europe.
That's how it's always been. It's because the pool of players is so much smaller.
But yeah, so we got to obviously talk through Simon's robbery a little bit. If you weren't watching, you didn't keep up with it. Essentially, what happened
they were this close with me being able to say like, well, at least the format was fine.
Yeah. So essentially how it worked was if you got a win, you got 3 points. If you tied your match, you got 1 point. And then based on points was the first thing that got you into the next round. Mm-hmm. The second tiebreaker, if there needed to be one, was the hole differential, which is a little weird to me. But I can understand it being there.
Makes sense. It's how much you win by. Like,
yeah, but if a match ends early, doesn't it cut your chance short of being up a certain amount of holes, or does it give you the rest of it?
It should give you the rest. Like if you win 5 and 4.
I was just confused, like how people were winning two matches and only having like a 3-hole differential.
Well, you win by 1, you win by 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it makes sense. It's just that doesn't matter. I think that's just me being stupid. But regardless,
I agree with that part. I think
the whole differential thing, I think it just wasn't super well explained, or I didn't see it super well explained to me. And so I looked at it and I was like, meh, I don't care to
Let me
learn.
double check while you're talking about it.
That doesn't matter. That was the second thing. So basically, how many holes you won by was the second tiebreaker. So you had points, hole differential, and then if those two were still tied up, then it went to seed. And seed was the final one. So basically, whatever seed you came in with was it. So what ended up happening was you had AB, Joel Freeman, and Simon Lizotte in their pool tied at 6 points each. They each had 2 wins. I believe they each had 1 loss. They definitely each had 1 loss. So then you went to hole differential. Simon and Joel were tied. And then it went to seed. Joel Freeman advances. Issue with that was it happened basically immediately after Simon had just beat Joel in his match. So it got the people riled up because basically Simon beats Joel in a match play match. And then they're tied. He ties it up. He just beat him head to head. Okay. Then it goes to okay, points tied, whole differential tied. All right, Joel, you still advance. It doesn't matter if Simon beat you. You still advance based on seed.
Admittedly, I am a little confused now because
you see what I'm saying? It just looked weird.
Gannon Burr has a whole different. Unless they've changed something. So in Pool A, Gannon Burr had 2 wins and 1 tie for 7 points. Sure, he had a whole differential of +2. However, in his first match, he won 5 holes to 1 in 10. He won 4 and 2 basically he was up by 4 with 2 holes to go through 10. So like in my mind, he should get 4 for that because he won up. Like he should get
the other 2 holes to go.
Well, no, like I'm just giving him like he's up 5 to 1 at that point. Mm. So I mean, you
see what I'm saying? The whole differential I looked at for like 5-10 seconds, and I said, I don't understand it. And I said, who cares? Because I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. But regardless, so basically what people were upset about was that one of the tiebreakers wasn't head-to-head. The Pro Tour came back out pushing against people and were like, well, if it was head-to-head, it wouldn't have mattered because if the head-to-head was the first tiebreaker, it shouldn't have been. If it was the first tiebreaker, then you basically had Simon beat Joel, Joel beat AB, AB beat Simon, I believe is how the train went. So they're basically saying head-to-head, they were all tied because they all beat each other. What people's responses was essentially, it should have been points. Okay, they're all tied. So you have them 3 in, all tied. Then it goes to hole differential, which knocks AB out. Okay, now you have Simon versus Joel. The final one would be, what's their head-to-head? Simon beat Joel, Simon advances. That would have obviously made the most logical sense. So basically, part of it is because everyone loves Simon, and so obviously people are going to get more riled up when Simon gets robbed.
No, it was very
The
stupid.
other side is Simon legitimately got robbed. I mean, I understand that based on the rules going into the event, Simon did not get robbed because based on the rules going into the event, they played by the rules. Seed advanced. It was just frustrating when Simon
rules
had
were
just
created to basically rob a player.
It was frustrating when Simon had just beat Joel, and then it's like it was basically like Simon. It didn't matter what you did.
I'm looking up the whole
like Simon did what he could have done. I guess it was just the whole differential. If Simon would have had a better whole differential, he would have advanced.
Okay, if a player wins a match before hole 12, they get a positive hole differential of the number of holes remaining when they win the match.
So it's whatever
if they
holes
lose
when they win.
before hole 12, they get a negative hole differential of the same metric. So that's what it is. It's how early you end the match.
So I just read hole differential, and I just thought it was how many holes you beat someone by.
I was assuming that too.
Well, because I was thinking like goal differential in soccer. Yeah. If you win 5-2, you have a 3.
A little confusing, but fair enough. It's effectively the same thing.
So it was essentially Simon would have been able to advance had he ended the Joel match 1 hole earlier.
The big problem is that like it's just one of those things with the Pro Tour where it's like, how well thought out was this? Because it's like, I'm sure the Pro Tour knows. I know they know better, and they know that Simon should go through. And they probably was like an oops.
I don't think they know yet.
Well, they better figure it out.
I think I think a week from now they'll know. I think right now they're like a bunch of freaking idiots. I mean, like, did they not read the rules?
When you do pool play,
I think a week from now it'll settle in.
The tiebreakers are the most important part of pool play, especially when you have small pools, because you know there's going to be ties in small pools. It's like the same thing with in the World Cup, for example. It'll be happening later this year. They do it similar way. It goes points, goal differential, head to head. And then I think they go to after that, they go to something trivial like yellow cards. But at no point, I don't even think there's any point, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe at the very last point, do they go to just your seeding? Because that's ridiculous. You shouldn't win a tiebreaker within a pool play based on your seeding.
Based on how you came into it.
Yeah, I think that's very stupid. But that's what I'm saying. It's all they had to do was just throw in numbers into their scenario, their format they created, and just see how it looked. And then oh, that's interesting. See how that player gets through, even though they beat them head to head. It just can't, if it was thought out and they really thought that was the best idea, then I'm sorry. It obviously wasn't. I think the people seem to have made that clear to you.
The people have spoken.
I commented Simon robbed twice on the Pro Tour Instagram post about it, and they deleted it twice. So I'm being censored. So
this was my comment, and I've afterwards tweeted it as well because I thought it was funny, and so did Twitter. I said, if you think about it, it was nice of the Pro Tour to give Simon Father's Day off, even though he won the head-to-head matchup. # positive vibes only.
Yeah, imagine it comes out that Simon told them he wanted to go home for Father's Day, and so they changed the rules, and they're just taking the fall for him.
So someone responded to my tweet and said, what exactly happened? I missed it. And then Ryan Eman on Twitter responded to this guy and said, basically Simon was held at knife point and robbed of $10,000 by the Pro Tour.
It is crazy too, because
that's obviously a bit far, but still very funny.
It's just crazy.
That's very funny
too, because that's the other thing about this pool play that makes it unique is typically in a 4-man or 4-team pool play, and I'm thinking about every other sport I watch with the pool play, 2 teams make it out of the 4. Which makes it a little bit easier because the tiebreakers are a little bit in this case, Simon and Joel would have just moved on. No big deal. But when you make it only one person, it gets even harder to take one person and not have somebody get gypped. So tough.
Well, it's just, I think that what makes it tougher is that it was Simon. Because again, it's just
definitely.
Someone else would Joel have been robbed if
I
was in Simon's
I would have
shoes?
declared justice for Joel.
Sure. Not as many people would have, though.
You're right. And I think also, though, because
that was
Simon...
a big thing, was people want to see Simon.
Yeah, and Simon could have easily won that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, people want to see Simon at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So, I think that's what it narrows down to. But, everything good over there, Konner?
Yep, I'm just making some adjustments.
You're looking stressed over there, but it's time for fan favorite segment.
Everything's
you
good.
should be stressed.
Oh.
You're stressed because it's fan favorite segment time, Trevor's Trivia.
I have to be honest with you before we go into this.
Be honest
my
with me.
brain is feeling mushy. It's not
That's fine, man.
I think my brain right now is smooth like a baby's bottom.
Smooth like butter.
I'm not feeling smart right now. So I'm excited for this trivia segment.
So I wanted to
name a disc golfer. Ferdinand.
I kind of had this idea for a game where it's kind of like a mixture. You guys ever played the game Bull? Where you basically
someone will...
You say you have a card, you lay down a card, and then somebody can call Bull. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
But we're going to be trying to...
I do not think I'm easy to read right now. I don't even know what I'm thinking.
We're going to be going over...
You got me.
We're going to be going over the schedule and the winners from those events and see how well you guys remember so far during the Pro Tour. So the way it's going to work is you're going to try and go in accurate chronological order. So Hunter would go first, and he's going to try and name the first Pro Tour event of the year. We're only going to do Elite Series, no Silver Series or anything.
Why don't we just...
Majors and count.
I'm not going to be able to think of a single one.
So Hunter's going to go, and he's going to say it and who won, and then Konner can either... Before I say anything, Connor's going to be able to say they confirm it, or because if you don't know, you have the chance to just make one up, or just say that. And so Konner can say bull if he, and vice versa. You'll go back.
This is a great game.
And then
I'm gonna
do
so bad.
After that, I will confirm and say.
So how do we get points? Are there no points? It's just fun.
You get points for either getting it correct or saying a wrong one and then getting it past your competitor.
So if I get it past Konner, I get a point. If Konner calls me bull, he gets a point.
He gets a point.
And if Konner calls bull and it's incorrect, he loses a point.
Yeah, I would say that has to be has to be it.
So it's my turn.
You were going to start with Hunter.
First tournament of the year was Las Vegas. Drew Gibson and Katrina Allen won.
Oh yeah, I should have mentioned. I only need the MPO winner just
Drew Gibson
to make it easier.
Wait, we don't even you don't even tell us what the tournament was?
No.
Oh gosh.
It was Las Vegas.
That's what
Drew
but
Gibson
remember,
won.
you can.
Okay, you're right. It was Drew Gibson. You're right. Nope.
Are you calling me bull?
Wait, but you would know this though. Wait, I can't tell if you get a point for getting it right. So his goal right now is to get it right.
Well, he also could get a point if he bluffs you. If he doesn't, but you'd only want to bluff if you don't know it, because there's no.
Yeah,
point.
that's what I was wondering.
There's no point in bluffing if you already know it, unless you're just trying to be evil.
Then I'm pretty confident you are right. You're right. I'm confident you're right.
He is right.
Okay, because then I remember.
Was it Katrina Allen, or you just have the MPO?
What?
Because I wasn't confident on FPO.
I remember.
She beat Paige.
Heck yeah.
Because then Gannon, it was between him and Gannon Burr. Then Drew had that awesome jokery shot. Next week, Gannon wins.
At what tournament?
Do I have to say the tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember what it was.
Well,
this game is not going to go well right now.
I'm calling bull
telling
either
you.
way.
I don't know what the next tournament was.
I don't think Gannon won next.
Maybe
I don't ever remember what they're called.
Bull. Holy cow, that was loud.
Yeah.
I'm calling bull either way. I don't think Gannon won next week. It was Waco.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Well,
Didn't Paul win Waco?
Yeah.
Dang it.
I should
remember
get
him
more
winning.
points.
I'm going to tell you right now, Trevor, this is a great
2 Point
game.
Tuesday.
But if it involves me having to remember the names of the tournaments,
Do you want me just to go down and I just say them
how
to
about I
Konner
just
and
say
Konner
whether or not
okay.
it's bull or
Konner
not?
just calls
Okay.
bull?
I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
breaking your game because I'm so bad with the names of tournaments.
Okay.
It literally,
So we just did Waco and Paul won. So we now have Vegas, Waco.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Texas States, and Ricky Wysocki took it down.
Yes, because he won again. He was returning.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct.
From Texas State, we went to Jonesboro, Arkansas, where Calvin Heimberg took it down.
I'm going to say yes.
Well, I did say we were counting majors. You skipped the Champions Cup.
Okay, well that's fine. He said yes. He didn't call me. He didn't call my bull.
okay, yeah.
He didn't call my bull.
But honestly, I'm just impressed you've got them all right so far. Just Pro Tours. So
That's what I think. He just
let's
knows.
just stick to the Pro Tours and keep
Okay,
going
so
at this point.
we're at Jonesboro, Arkansas now.
At one point, he is going to bluff you because
We
he's
just
going to
went.
forget.
I
We
know,
just went
I
to
know.
Georgia. We came back to Jonesboro.
I think for the most part, I remember who won a lot of them once I hear the name.
Okay, then you name them and maybe have Konner try and name the winner.
No,
Oh,
I want to
gosh.
keep going where I'm at.
No.
I
Okay.
like the game format here. I don't want to get too confusing. Next,
I'm sorry, Trevor. I ruined your day.
Yeah, dude, you did.
We
How's
went
that
Masters
seriously
Cup, but
treating
that's
you?
a silver series. After Masters Cup, we went OTB Open, where OTB Open, that is where Drew Gibson won.
You skipped an event.
Well, are you supposed to tell him the answers or you let him call bull?
I call bull.
The frick, dude.
I kind of forgot because you seem so locked in on trying to get them right.
No, I don't give two craps about getting him right. Drew Gibson didn't win OTB Open
Oh, dang it. Why'd you say that?
because he already ruined my shtick.
Well, I mean,
Dang
you gotta admit it's a lot hard for me to adjust to rules when like they're changed.
I'm playing your game.
Well,
I'm
no,
playing your game.
No, you're
No,
not
you're
playing my
not.
game. The game was that Konner and you rotated, and the whole game got switched.
But
in my head.
if Konner and I rotated, and Konner after Waco went straight to
I'm just
OTB Open, and I didn't call bull, he'd still get a point.
I'm just saying, cut me a little bit of slack here.
No, you're right, Trevor.
'Cause, like,
but let the record show, I did know that Drew didn't win OTB Open. I was going to call you.
Well,
on it,
who
but
won
it's okay.
OTB Open then?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Then how do you know Drew didn't win?
Because I just remember. I would have remembered his name, like being. I know that he didn't win another thing.
he did win.
OTB Open.
No,
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. That was you said that already
I
though.
was trying to convince him that he won something else. Whatever. This game's stupid.
Trevor, it was a good-
I was still playing this game.
It's over.
What was the next event after Jonesboro?
I don't want to talk about it.
Trevor,
DDO,
it was
it's
a
when you
really,
miss.
it was a really good game.
Did
I'm
you
sorry
try?
that
Did
I
you
ruined
try to
for
miss
you.
it?
No, I didn't. I couldn't remember the next event, so I just went
Oh,
straight to OTB
okay.
and locked eyes with Konner and tried to bluff him, and then you freaking.
Well, I
screwed me.
think the problem is that the bluffing would not have actually mattered because, like, he doesn't know what the next event was.
That's why the bluffing mattered.
I feel like you're coming after me.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's not an actual bluff because he wouldn't have been like.
How is it not actual bluff? I bluffed him.
Because you could have told it, like, no offense, Konner, but he could have told you any event was next, and you probably would have not had a reason to believe it wasn't.
Yeah, event-wise, yeah.
I mean, I can't help that.
I'm just
better at the game.
I'm just saying. I think you're right.
I don't
right.
remember. I don't remember events.
We're on a podcast every week talking about disc golf. If I'm the only one that remembers, I should get points for that.
Hunter, you win times a million.
Dang it! No, it got cut short and I lost.
No, you won.
No, you definitely win.
All right, well, I got a funny story to tell you guys, so buckle up.
I'm not gonna have fun the rest of this podcast. I'm just deciding right now.
I mean,
Conner,
we
it's a
do
fishing
talk
story.
about the events like every week. Like
I don't understand why you're still coming after me.
I'm not
after
coming
I just
after you.
literally just said that.
For the record, Konner, I'm mad at Trevor, not you right now.
that's great.
I'm mad at everybody,
No,
including myself.
Konner, you're mad at me, man? I just bluffed you.
All
That's
right,
all I did.
I'm mad at Trevor
All
and
right,
myself.
let's frick him. All right, you want to hear a fishing store story? This is going to bring us
Yeah.
together. This is going to really bring us
I don't
together.
even like fishing.
It doesn't have anything to do with
No,
fishing.
I've been doing it since I was like young. Remember?
Yeah, remember?
I wrote that script. and you know
My
it, you
love
know
of
it.
fishing.
Yeah, I saw the pictures and everything.
That was funny.
I want to
That
show
was
you guys
funny.
my fishing pole sometimes. So you guys can laugh at it. It's got a
Alright.
bamboo handle.
That's kinda
Really?
cool.
I think it's bamboo.
That's cool.
Maybe it's not.
Cork.
No, it's cork.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to
That's what it
say.
is. It's cork.
all of them are cork, man.
Are they all?
Not all of them.
The most common one's cork.
Either
All
cork
right,
or
well,
foam.
at least I'm part of the crowd.
You are part of the crowd. Was
Is
it a
cork,
Zebco?
is
it a
cork
Zebco?
okay? I don't know.
It's probably Zebco. Anyway, so I'm in this
old.
local fishing store called W&W Novelty.
I can't wait to see how you're going to tie this to disc golf.
Trust me, it ties so much. And I'm in there.
These guys just want to talk about fishing right now.
No,
It's disgusting.
this has nothing to do with fishing. So I'm in there to get a fishing pole for my dad for Father's Day, because basically what I did for Father's Day is I got my dad a present and a card, and I said I got him all the stuff that I love doing with him growing up, so that he can do it with my son.
That's nice.
Pretty great Father's Day idea,
Yeah.
if you ask me. Mm-hmm. He liked it. So one of them was a kids fishing pole because he's taking fishing all the
He's
time.
got to store it for a couple of years.
He's got to store it for a while. Yeah, all of them. The youngest thing was a
He's
T-ball
got a big
set for a
garage.
year and a half. But I have nieces that can use it all right now, so it works out.
double.
And so, anyways, I'm in this fishing store and I'm looking for a kid's fishing rod. And there's a guy.
What are you doing?
There's a floating hair.
There is a guy in there in the in the aisle next to me, and he's talking to the owner of the store, I think. And well, I'm assuming I didn't see the other person he's talking to. I'm pretty sure it was the owner. So he's talking to the owner of the store, and he's like, "Man, dude, you gotta be ordering more of these lures." And the owner's like, "Yeah, they've been flying off our shelves recently." He goes, "But you know me, I don't like ordering a lot of bulk because I don't like just sitting on stock. I like just ordering what's gonna turn out." He goes, "Well, these are blowing up because this guy on YouTube started using them, and he's just getting crazy amounts of views. And so now, these things you just can't keep.
Were
on
they
the
the
shelf."
Guggen ones?
I have no idea, man.
They probably were the Guggen ones because
He's
the
like-
Guggen squad's really big on YouTube right
He's
now.
like, "You can't keep them on the shelf." He's like, this guy's really been using them. And then
I've
the guy,
never seen anybody in my life get a hobby and just absorb it quicker than Konner. It is an actual talent.
No, so
the
listen,
way he
you
picks
gotta,
up something.
You gotta hear about how this guy talks.
All right.
The
insane.
illusion or the
I'm jealous.
whatever it is, the what is the word of like these two things look very similar?
Juxtaposition.
No,
What?
they're like intertwined. Like it's the exact same event happening.
Deja vu.
No, gosh darn it. The
Interchangeable.
no, the illusion, like something alludes. Is that what I'm looking for? Gosh, I'm stupid.
Correlation.
Correlation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The correlation between the two is uncanny. So this guy,
To what?
You'll hear it. You'll understand.
Disc
as soon
golf
as
and
I say
fishing.
it. As soon as I say it, you'll understand. So this guy's talking about this, and he's like, "This dude's on YouTube. This YouTuber is using this bait, and that's why you can't keep it on your shelf. It's flying off." And he goes, "Man," he goes, "Maybe I'll order some more next time." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's ridiculous though." He's like, "The company just sent him this tricked out boat and with a sick fish finder, new
Yeah,
rods
that's
and
Google.
reels, all this." He's like, "And this guy's such an idiot. Like he doesn't know what any of it does. He doesn't even know how to use any of it." He goes, "Meanwhile, I've been using this bait for 10 years. Company ain't sent me nothing." And I'm sitting there next to Liz. I just bust up laughing. There's no one else in the store. I just bust up laughing because I'm like, this is literally Brody getting into disc golf. Like literally, it's exactly what I'm hearing
so
to this person next
funny.
door. A YouTuber starts using this bait.
Oh, yeah,
it flies
that's-
off the shelf, and then here is this old head who's been fishing with this bait for 10 years, getting pissed off because it's YouTuber. But the first sentence the guy said is, "This is why you can't keep it on the shelf. This YouTuber is doing it."
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter. You've been casting that thing for 10 years. How many of those have you sold?
I know. I love it when people get mad that like people get sent stuff for free when they don't realize like it's marketing. They're not getting it sent for free because they're good at it. It's because they're going to sell it.
I was dying. He's like, this guy, because I just heard all the Reddit threads talking about Brody. I'm like,
it's so funny.
This guy doesn't even know what these discs are doing, and Discraft just send them to him for free.
That's so funny.
This guy doesn't even know what this boat does.
Or
any
my
of this stuff.
Z-buzzes, man.
Yeah. This guy doesn't even know.
For years.
I've been throwing this lure for years. They ain't sent me nothing. I was like, you've got to be kidding. That's too funny.
That is
I was
very
dying.
funny.
That is funny to hear that. Like,
And Liz didn't
everybody
get it.
Talks about that.
So I was like dying laughing. And Liz like looked at me because like there's no music playing. The store was dead quiet. I hadn't said a word since I walked in because I'm in like an awkward space. You know, it's just a super quiet store. And then I just bust up laughing. And so the guy had known I'm laughing at him, which I felt bad about. But it was also just way too funny because he wouldn't know why I'm laughing. And I got in the car and Liz was like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "That was literally the spitting image of disc golf when Brody stepped in."
That's
hilarious.
Dude, I love YouTube so much. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, hey, if you want whatever the Guggen bait thing you were just talking about, man, W&W Novelty's about to get a big shipment in.
I bought one from in there like literally on Friday.
There you go.
You bought the Guggen
You're
bait?
probably the one that
You're sipping the goo goo.
You're simping on that goo.
I'm sipping on the goo.
And
you want to know why? Because that YouTuber.
Yeah. It wasn't because the guy's been throwing him for 10 years?
No, not that guy.
Dang, man. He was about to get his boat too. That was it. That was my fishing story.
That's very funny. I had a great time during that story.
Man.
See, it brought us together, didn't it?
Here we are. I'll give you both a hug
later.
later.
There's a lot of contingency in the room.
Okay, I gotta talk about this because I've
Not
seen
a
this
word.
posted. I don't know if this is like a thing that's like,
Contingency?
you know,
I meant to say like contentious, but
You know,
like
like there's
a
contentiousness.
contingency.
Contentiousness would probably be the word.
you know those events that like are
Ironmans.
like Women Global event and stuff like that, where like they all have the Ice Bowl. Like they happen in a bunch of ace races, happen in a bunch of different places,
Yes.
but they're all like under one thing. I don't know if this is a new one,
Not new.
but disc golf Ironman tournament.
There's one in my home course growing up, and they played 100 holes in one day, and they
Because I've heard of the Grade 8 in the Raleigh area where they play 8 courses in one day, but it was never called an Ironman tournament. But we were in Knoxville, and they told us about there's an Ironman tournament. You play, you play this course 3 times through, and you play the longs, the shorts, then a mixed. Then we go down to Georgia. Wake up that day, we run into this guy from Belize. I believe his name was Rodney or Richard.
Randy.
Randy. It was Randy.
Randy from Belize.
We ran into Randy practice putting,
I'm
and he
very
was
impressed
like,
with you guys.
and he was like, "I'm warming up for the Ironman tournament this weekend." And then I saw Ken Taberski posting about it, and he basically played W.R. Jackson, Warner, and Steady Ed, all 3 in one day. Ironman.
Tough.
Then I got on Reddit this morning looking for topics, and there was another one posted from a completely different area of the country that an Ironman tournament was happening.
Ironmans are a pretty big thing. I mean, my home course growing up was an 18-hole course, and they added 2 holes onto it. There were 10 holes, and you played it 5 times. You played 100 holes in one day.
Sounds awesome.
I never did it. I think my brother did.
I think we need an Ironman.
But they're actually
do it.
like sanctioned rounds.
We
so
should do
they're
a
pretty much
foundation
ratings
Ironman.
I
Yeah, that's a
agree.
great idea.
We need ours though. I don't know if this definitely isn't in this. What we need ours to be is similar to the Grade 8. The Grade 8 you play doubles, and I'm pretty sure it's timed. So like what time you finish plays into it a little bit. I could have made that up.
I think I've never heard of that.
That could have made that up, but I want that for the foundation.
How could you do it timed?
You're playing doubles,
Right,
so
but
you
like
just have
there's
to
groups in
finish.
front of you.
Yeah,
So that would be.
I think you can play through. This one's not. I don't think the Grade 8 sanctioned. The Grade 8's just you play the 8 courses and you get through it.
I would be interested in an event where
We had called it the 460 tour. Is what we had pitched around.
I'd be interested in events. So let's say you do like Falling Creek Yellows, and you do it timed to where you run the course. So like you have somebody start, and then you give them like 15 minutes or so to where like they're not going to get caught, and then you start the next person, and you literally run and play the whole course as fast as you can.
Well, I think what we do is we start at Elk Creek
That would be interesting.
in Appomattox.
Yeah.
We go Elk Creek.
There's no way we can play more than like how many rounds can we play in a day? If we play our
It's
fast,
Ironman.
Yeah. Okay.
It takes
What?
you play solo. Mm-hmm. How long does it take you to play a round? Hour and a half?
At
2
the
hours?
most, at the most.
We'll put 2 hours.
I've played New London by myself in less than an hour and a half.
Okay, so we'll go hour and a half.
Yeah, you could definitely
Math-wise,
do it.
can I go 2 hours? Math-wise, I'm going to go 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm
So
just
if you
saying we're
have-
going to
if you
lose
have
a lot of
6
time. Let me just,
but you
I'll
have-
use my,
If you have 6 courses,
I'll
we put
use
6
my
courses at 2
calculator.
hours. It's only 12 hours. 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Right? So
Yeah.
and then you have 2 hours of driving, and you're only at 8 o'clock. You still have a whole nother hour of daylight.
yeah, and
So you could easily play 6 courses.
and you also, you're not going to take 2 hours to play. So there's probably another round in there or 2.
I'm saying we could
There's
probably
there's probably 2 more
the
rounds
disc
there. You
golf,
probably
the
get 8 in.
foundation Ironman. We could probably go 7 courses, 7 rounds.
Yeah,
And I
also
think
the-
I think you go score plus
You
time.
could play peaks in
is
like
your overall
45 minutes.
Well, I don't know if peaks would be on there.
was gonna
We'd have to
say.
figure out our courses.
If you want,
But I
I'm saying
think
if you want to
go-
stat pad the courses, you could.
Well, I'm saying I think it'd be a very fun video. We all like individually vlog. We each have like a start time, 15 minutes staggered, however you want to do it. So you can choose if you run the courses or not. And it's strokes plus overall minutes from your start till you tap out on 18.
I guarantee you, my strategy would go putter and run because I would.
But you got to get through 7 or 8 courses.
Yeah, well, I would jog. Like I would. My goal would be to play for speed. Though.
And you have to decide, like, do I stop to get water in between, or am I eating it all throughout the day? Because like it's your start time and your finish time.
Because my thing is like with one.
That's
putter,
an electric video.
But if I'm only carrying a
that's
putter,
great.
I can carry a lot of water and food.
Yeah.
My thing is I know just playing with a putter at most courses, I'm going to shoot within 5 strokes of what I would with my entire bag. And
But I mean,
that's-
you also think how tired you're going to be if we put New London like midway in.
No, I agree. New London would be a great equalizer. There'd be some courses that I'd probably have to decide to just walk briskly, and I'd still play pretty. Like I said, I mean, I played New London one morning so fast by myself. I mean, because I just walked quick and like
Or what if you lose one of your putters?
I guess I would carry one backup. I mean, but it's pretty hard to lose a putter.
Not if you're throwing it hard.
Throw it over the water at
If you're
Independence
driving.
and you lose it. You still got to go Fallen Creek.
Well, then I'll have a backup putter. I suppose you're giving me good ideas.
I don't know. I'm just
Carry
saying.
more in your car.
I just say it. I think we got to do that.
I
it's a
completely
great
agree.
idea.
It
The
sounds like a lot
Foundation
of fun.
Ironman. Winner gets a tattoo.
No,
Winner
The
gets a
Ironman, the
tattoo?
Ironman logo.
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
That would be.
The final thing I wanted to bring up is more. No, I'm just bringing it up. So Trevor's in the midst of the Ezra diet
Yeah.
challenge
Thanks
video.
for bringing that up again.
I'm about to start. I put a poll out on my Twitter to see, and it was overwhelming yes. People want to see this, so I'm gonna do it. I have close to 1,000 votes on it, and it was like 90% yes. So
I
like
didn't see
900
this.
people said
What
yes.
are you doing?
I think today is day 0. If I have time, tomorrow might be day 0. Where day 0 is I just got to research, but I'm gonna do 30 days full gyro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
We've been waiting for this. We've
Full
been waiting
gyro.
for this.
And I'm just gonna vlog my experiences. Obviously, in videos, you'll see me be full gyro, so you'll get like glimpses of what's in my bag and stuff like that.
You gonna be a Patreon vlog, or are you gonna be like a
No, I'm
full
gonna do it
video?
on a Monday video.
A Monday video?
Yeah,
Might as
and
well be a Patreon vlog.
and yeah, I'm gonna go full gyro. And I think my plan is I'm not gonna set baselines at the beginning of the month because like I might get better throughout the month or whatever playing full gyro because I'm gonna do field work and stuff to learn my bag.
I think
So
more
what
than
I'm going to
anything, you're
do-
just gonna find a lot of cool molds. Probably.
What I'm going to do is the final day, I'm going to take my bag that I currently have and my full gyro bag to the field and throw the molds next to each other.
See which ones you actually like more.
We'll just see what they do.
I think you should.
And then at the end, you can take your current bag right now and then take your full gyro bag. And at the end of the month, we shoot a video that is a gyro hunter versus mixed bag hunter. And we see at a course, you just throw 2 shots on each hole. And
Well, because I want to see like
I mean, that is a
I'm
little
more-
iffy. You switch off on each hole which bag you throw first.
I more want to
more
see I more want to see like will I get to the end of the month and like not realize I'm throwing like 50, 60 feet farther and then I like go back to my
dangerous game.
my normal bag and I like throw my Hades, which is my farthest flying
You're
disc,
gonna
my
be trapped in gyro.
my
land
Domi
forever.
Hades, and like out of nowhere, my Tesla's going way farther.
I
than
think
that
you
thing
should
ever
make
did.
a point to throw a lot of molds, even because you've thrown some MVP. I think you should make a point to throw like a lot of ones that you haven't.
Well,
thrown.
what my plan is I'm
because
gonna
they have
get
so many distance
in-
drivers, and like I don't know what.
Yeah.
any of
I
them
think I'm
do.
gonna get into the Facebook group, one of their Facebook groups, and I'm gonna say like, hey, I need some help. I'm gonna post. Here's like some stats about me. This is how far I throw. This is my whatever, so people
I only
understand
throw on
like
hyzer.
where I'm at, right? And then I'm gonna post my each disc in my bag in the comments and have people respond what mold they think I need to replace that with, So like my really beat up rock, my somewhat beat up rock, my straight rock, my overstable rock. I throw a lot of rocks. Then like my recluse, like post each of those and just be like, what MVP mold do I replace this with?
Yeah.
And then take the like most common ones for it all and take all of those out to a field, throw them all, and then build my bag off that. And so then I'll have just a wide array of molds. Only rule is it's got to be for MVP or Axiom. It's got to be gyro, so no streamline.
That'd be interesting.
Okay.
So basically, no normal disc in my bag, and just see what happens. 30 days.
I'm looking forward to that.
30 days, 30 strokes. By the end of it, I'm a world champ.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
that's
huge.
cool. That's a fun challenge. I'm looking forward to seeing.
It
you do
will it will come into our Charleston trip.
that. That's okay.
So we will have to do some bogey row battles and a foundation versus nation with me, full gyro. But by that point, I should be pretty acclimated to the bag.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to make me a worse disc golfer.
No.
I think I'm going to be worse for the first like week or two when I'm learning the bag.
Because here's what I'll
'cause
tell
you
you,
don't know the
Hunter,
disc.
is
Exactly.
already you putt gyro. Your go-to approach disc is gyro.
Yeah, it's just I'm more worried about drivers.
But
Drivers
like
and mids.
I know for a fact the Volt is going to be sick for your like Thunderbird slot.
I've thrown the Volt. It's a little more stable
It's a
than
little.
I like.
It is a little stable, but
I
like
think I'm really going to like the Insanity.
I don't know what that is, but like the Fission or the Photon rather, I know that's a good distance driver. So like even if there's no other good ones, that's a good like controllable distance driver. You like the uplink. I've thrown the reactor. It's sick.
I know I like the Hex.
The
I gotta
Hex
get a
is
Hex.
sick. The reactor is sick.
I want to see you throw a Terra because I want to know what it's like.
I think the
I
Terra is
threw
going to
one.
replace my.
I threw one.
I think the Terra is going to replace my
stable?
CE.
It's pretty
Firebird.
stable. I think the Terra was pretty. Well, I think the Terra is pretty close to the Volt when I threw it.
It's supposed to be more stable than the Volt.
I threw it.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's supposed to be.
Well, the one I had was pretty similar. Maybe a touch more.
Well, I think
stable.
your Volt was really.
Was it
stable.
like an 8-speed?
Because I had a Volt that would
The
flip
Volt
up.
I had. No, yeah, the Volt I had was beef.
Yeah,
So maybe that's why.
I think that's why.
Because it was the Volt
Because I had a
was very
Volt
stable.
previously that would flip up a little bit,
Yeah,
and the
mine
Volt
was-
you had would never
mine was a
come
tank.
close. So I think the Terra is more like your Volt.
That's
Yeah.
exciting, Hunter.
But yeah, I'm gonna do it for 30 days. Because I think I also want to just see how our YouTube audience reacts
Yeah.
to a video like that. Because like, I love videos like that on YouTube, like Yes
Yeah.
Theory and stuff like that. And so I would love to like do stuff like that. Like I do 100 putts every day for 30 days and see what happens to my game and stuff like that. Or it's just like I'm at home filming myself
Yeah.
doing stuff like that. And if like people love them, then I can do one a month.
Your challenge sounds a lot more fun than mine.
Yeah.
I do think
Well, yours is only for a week. at
what I'm
least.
going to do next is the Katrina Allen diet. Like the all carnivore diet.
Oh yeah.
So I have to get her to send me.
She's never sent you that, man.
Sure, she will. Remember, she came on my show. We're
That's
actually
true.
cool. You're not cool.
You're not cool.
But if I can get her to
think
send
she's so
if I can get her to send exactly what she eats, then I'll probably do that one too. I'm pretty. The Ezra diet is depressing.
Yeah.
I'm
Power
vo-
to you.
What's sad about it? Why are you
Well,
so
there's just
sad?
there's no like
Connor,
variation.
you would hurt even more than me because you like food. Even
There's
like,
no sauce.
You're more of a foodie than me, I think. And yeah, the lack of seasoning and sauce is the biggest thing. That is what would get you even more than it gets me.
You can't put ranch on everything.
Let me explain to you what I'm eating, and this is a little sneak peek for you. There's gonna be a vlog for the Patreons eventually, but so no, there's
you don't
no,
have to spoil it if you
I'm
don't want
doing
to.
this true to his diet, so like no seasoning. Like I do it exactly how he does it.
Okay.
So in the morning you get a berry smoothie, pretty
sounds
normal.
great.
It's got some like weird stuff in it, some hemp, chia seed stuff, and some mushroom powder mix, but like you don't really taste it. It's whatever. So it's pretty much a normal smoothie. Not bad. That's your breakfast. Lunch is literally, and you'll see it today, whole wheat tortilla, beans, hot sauce. That is it. There's no seasoning on the beans. It is just beans, hot sauce. It is sad. When you're hungry for lunch and that's what you get to eat, it's sad.
what
Dinner.
kind of hot sauce?
He uses Valentina's hot sauce. I couldn't find it.
It's at Walmart.
I looked at, okay, well, I'll try to get it at Walmart. I'm actually going to get some today because I wanted to look at Walmart because I couldn't find it.
Pretty sure it's at Walmart.
I was using
I think that's
just
what I got
had.
that when I had that hot sauce at one time.
Gotcha.
Well, then hopefully I'll be able to find it because I've just been using Texas Pete. Not really important. But so that's depressing. And then your dinner is a sandwich on whole grain bread. It is tofu, not like cooked tofu, just raw tofu, purple onion, cucumber, spring mix, and mustard.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
And mustard?
Believe it or not, that's the highlight of that meal.
I believe it. I
basically-
believe it.
Think of the mustard like a salad dressing. It tastes like
Yeah.
you're eating a salad between bread.
Okay.
And that's the diet. You eat that
Is the sa-
every
you like
day.
the sandwich?
It tastes fine. Yeah. When you're hungry, especially, it tastes fine. It tastes like a veggie sandwich. I've been eating that 2 days now. I've eaten that. And this is my third day. when you're hungry in between meals, you get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I mean, I'd be hungry in between every meal. I'd be taking one bite of my bean burrito before lunch, like, oh, I'm so full.
Yeah, that would
and
be,
then an hour later, be like, peanut butter and jelly.
I knew you would say that. That would be cheating. I eat like 1 to 2 of those a day.
That's a lot of calories.
I'm trying to stay true.
2 of those?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yeah, it's like 900 calories. A peanut butter and jelly has way more calories than you ever think. It's almost 500 calories in peanut butter and jelly.
Does he use natural peanut butter?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the healthiest peanut butter you can buy.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm going to start packing my lunch. And I packed peanut butter and jelly. And then I put it into like this little calorie app. And I was like,
we're using whole grain bread?
That doesn't really affect the calorie.
Doesn't it?
It affects the health.
Between white bread and whole grains?
I don't use white. I mean, this week I bought Hawaiian bread, sweet Hawaiian bread, because like that's incredible.
There's got to be a difference.
But no, typically I buy white wheat.
Where do the most of the calories come from?
There's no such thing as white wheat.
Well, and like how much is a serving? Because like I don't use a lot.
1 tablespoon of peanut butter is like 100 some calories.
1 tablespoon is over 100 calories?
Yeah, I think it's like 160 calories.
160?
I'll Google it, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, here's the thing, because like I'm not even doing as much quantity as Ezra does, because obviously he was working out like super hardcore. So I've toned it down in that regard.
This says this 1 tablespoon is 95 of this peanut butter.
So half of what you said. I've got that.
My Jif is one. My Jif's over 100.
Keep in mind that the peanut butter I got literally has like no sugar, nothing.
Sure, but you use like, I mean, to make a good peanut butter and jelly, you got to use like 3 or 4 tablespoons.
Well,
peanut butter.
I don't use 3 or 4. I guarantee you I don't use 3 or 4
I probably use 3 tablespoons.
You must
of
make some
butter.
thick boys. I spread on thin. I don't like
I'm
super
eating
thick.
lunch. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, this is a snack for me. So I think it's less I'll actually calculate it, because I'm going to calculate all my calories and stuff for the vlog, and like all the amount, like total amount of beans I've eaten over the week. But just know it is very sad. Ezra is a guy who he eats for the calories and like the nutrition. Like you can tell like he's getting like his fruits, his protein, his veggies. Like it's very much a let me get what I need in my body diet, not a I like eating food diet. Mm-hmm. So for me, like I literally watched my wife, like she made herself like breakfast for dinner last night. It was just a well-balanced breakfast meal, hash browns. She had some avocado, some eggs, and it looked like, even just being 2 days on this diet, like I almost cried. Like I was like, you don't even understand what it would mean to me to just to take a bite of those hash browns right now.
The best thing for me recently,
it's crazy,
for my health is actually so my wife has gestational diabetes, which basically is like the diabetes you get when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like really grand scheme of things, not a big deal.
No.
She just has to be like particular about what she does and doesn't eat.
Okay.
Which means I have to be particular about what I don't do and don't eat, because like
so
we eat dinner together and stuff like that.
Health?
So it's great for me, because like she can't have flour tortillas. Mm-hmm. So we have corn tortillas. Don't really know if that changes much.
I love corn tortillas.
Corn tortillas, less carbs.
But then she can't have much sugar at all. Not really supposed to have much carbs, very low carb, low sugar, which that's the opposite of me. Yeah. I eat carbs and sugar, and that's it.
I will be curious. We're going down a banter highway here, so I'll stop it short.
It's
but I will say, I'm just
banter.
curious to see how much, like,
we're just giving a little banter.
If I lose or gain
Yeah.
weight by the end of this, because I think I'm actually going to end up eating less, because I don't snack. That's the biggest thing. You can't just like, I'm going to grab a couple pretzels, and that's huge for me. Mm-hmm. I'm only drinking water. That's one part. I can only drink water. That's it. And everything I'm eating is very healthy. Like, there's like no sugar existent except for the natural sugar from the fruit. So I'm curious to see if I end up losing weight, because then guess what? I'm breaking the fast the day I go to the beach. I say fast. It's pretty much a fast. I'm breaking the diet the day I go to the beach. So it's going down when I go to the beach. If I lose anything, I'm going to make up for it and then some. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'm going to get slowly sadder in the content you see throughout the week.
You were already pretty on edge this morning, and I'm a little bit scared.
You don't
for
realize
what's to come.
how much we look forward to lunch, right? Like we love eating lunch. Like Konner and I, especially, like we love it. Like we look forward to it. And like today, I'm gonna pour some beans into a tortilla and eat it. And it doesn't even taste bad. That's not the problem. It's just sad.
My problem is what I like to eat is so unhealthy for me that like I have 2 options.
Oh.
I can gain weight and like eating, or I can maintain / lose weight and be depressed at every meal. And there's no other option for me. Because I get excited about pizza, fried chicken, and French fries. That's about it.
I'm not mad about the healthy eating part, because I don't mind healthy food. Like I can eat healthy food. It's the lack of variety and like the handcuffs. Like you can't even make this better. Yes. All right, we need to stop.
I want one of those.
All right, we're stopping. You know what? Hey, save it for the banter. We'll see you on Wednesday. Boogie Bro Banter. We're also going to have a preview show back.
Oh my gosh, that was a bad idea.
Preview show is back this week for the Preserve. You know who else is back? Ricky Wysocki. You're going to hear all about it on the preview show. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you then.